Okay, today we are playing a game on VoD Industries. We are playing Reinhardt the entire way through, and there is no SR for today's game because we are currently unranked, and that means Daddy gets to do less video editing because he doesn't care what the team comp is. Oh, what a time to be alive. So, let's start the game. So we've got to attack VoD Industries first. Very fun. Everybody loves attacking the two CP maps. Very enjoyable. So we're all going to go up on the right-hand side. We are in a 6-man, by the way. Worth pointing out, I suppose. So we learn from the Sonic Arrow that they have a Bastion lurking just inside here, which is scary. Which means we've got two options, as one typically does on VoD Industries, but we got two ways of dealing with the Bastion. The first is we come around the corner and try and fuck him real fast, right? This is, of course, the more risky option because any manner of things could go wrong with that. Do they have a Bridget through there also? Can't see one, because she'd probably be up here. Many things could go wrong with this plan. For example, Zarya could bubble him. Reinhardt could play properly and countercharge us so that we don't kill him. Or just charge us out of the way if we don't react in time. There's a great many things that could go wrong with that plan. The more safe plan is to just go left. And then we can just cut behind the truck. Then Bastion doesn't get very long to shoot at us, because this is a very narrow field of vision right here. And then over there, he also doesn't get much time to shoot at us, because we can just go over to the objective like that. And then Bastion has to move, which is very upsetting for any Bastion player, right? Because he got gone, gone, and then we're on the objective. So he's got to move. He's got to go get up and walk over there. And then we can try and aggress upon him once we get over there. That would be the dream situation, basically. We elect to go with the latter plan of just going left, and there Reinhardt comes to try and get us. Oh, we didn't pin him, tragically. He had Discord orb on him, so he would have died. But we wisely instead decide to divert to hit the door frame rather than drastically overextend to pin the Reinhardt. So we can't see Bastion right now. Now we can see Bastion. He has not yet moved. We managed to kill Reinhardt. They do have a Bridget. She's right there, actually. What was she doing before? Positioned like a bitch is what it looks like. So I'm not a fan of putting the shield up right now because it is so very low from us previously pushing past the Bastion. The only person we see right now is Soldier. Soldier by himself, not like super scary because he's entirely by himself. We can just like get up in this boy's face and he's going to start backing up, or still just shoot us regardless. The main reason I don't like holding the shield up against him is because our shield is so low health right now in general, so we don't really want to have it up because we don't want our shield to break, which it is very close to doing. But also, we know Bastion's going to be coming soon, and we're going to want our shield to be as healthy as possible for when Bastion arrives. Now, fortunately, it never comes to that, because they all just sort of spontaneously die. So that simplifies matters greatly, but Soldier, we could have just gotten up on his grill, and he would have had to retreat, or, we're the only one unranked. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not going to do any video editing today. That's untrue. I'll probably have to cut the video at some point because I'm expecting a disturbance to come. But besides that, what was I talking about? Yeah, we can just get up in Soldier's face and he's going to fall back. At the very minimum, he's still probably just going to be shooting at us because we're getting up in his grill, thus diverting attention from the team. And we can let our shield regenerate rather than holding it up at like 200 health. Soldier can break it really quickly as well, so it does block some damage, but that's just Soldier. So, half their team is up there right now. Their Hanzo is up there, which is scary. They have a Hanzo now. Our Hanzo's dead. He's been killed by Winston. And we're pushing in. Zenyatta's used Transcendence, it looks like, to try and get us in. The problem is, though, both of our DPS were dead. So it didn't really amount to very much. So the issue of what's happening right now is that we know half their team is up there. So they just kind of kill most of our team behind us. So we need to do something about this high ground situation before we can realistically push into the objective. Because what's likely to happen is we start going through, and then this boy up here just shoots people as we're going past and kills them. Now, Winston also gets some killing on. He kills our Hanzo, because Hanzo's up there by himself, which, you know, is his issue, but, you know, we need to get them off there before we can really go in. And I mean, I know we don't really want to go up there as Reinhardt, we gotta wait for the elevator and everything, but we can't really just advance past them, because the Hanzo and Winston are very scary. Hanzo and Winston basically win this fight because Winston got the kill on both our DPS, though Hanzo likely helped him. And then Hanzo ends up killing the Mercy as well. So they kind of just kill our team behind us. The people on the point didn't really do anything. It was those boys up on the high ground. We gotta do something about that before we start pushing in, or they're just gonna kill our team behind us, which is exactly what happened. I mean, I know we don't want to wait for the elevator and everything, but, like, if really threatening and scary people are up there, kind of need to do something about it. Unless you can trust your team to deal with it. I mean, you know, ideally they'd be able to deal with it without us, but we often live in an unideal world, oddly enough. Just look at any current events for confirmation of that. So, they're continuing to murder the fuck out of our backline, as we can see. When Hanzo and Mercy are currently dead, so we have to wait for them to regroup before we can actually do any pushing at all to speak of. We are gonna have to go up there to dislodge them, in all likelihood. Zarya has actually managed to just kill Hanzo, so somehow, miraculously enough, and then, hooray, Graviton Dragon Strike, hooray, we actually didn't have to do anything at all. We had very minimal input on this one. Basically, our team dealt with it for us right there, but I mean, that's the point of the Graviton Dragon Strike, is it kind of kills a lot of people. Hold on, give me 1 minute, here's that disturbance I was expecting. Okay, we are good, at least for now. Might have to go away again in the near future. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh, look at that video editing. Wow, good thing I didn't have to do it. Jesus Christ, I'm not prepared to put that much effort into video editing. It's so tedious, I hate video editing. It takes forever to do anything. Oh my god. You can invest, like, hours of your life into minutes of actual, like, content. It's terrible. I hate it. So, we've got to defend Volskaya now. So, their Zenyatta, actually, is currently dead. Now, their Reinhardt's dead. They're not going to be pushing in anytime soon. Now, our Hanzo does die, and then our Zarya dies. She's going to get rezzed. We should put the shield up in front of the Mercy right there. We can see her walk forward to start doing, and she's gonna try. Just put that shield back up. We almost end up actually dying right there as well. So, Zarya, having been revived at 0 charge, decides this is the time to go. She's even saying, let's go, get in there, get in there. When you got the numbers advantage, you gotta get in there. Please do not push that far out of the choke point on defense, because you are super likely to die. Because they will be regrouping soon. Their spawn is kind of right fucking there. It doesn't take them long to get back. So we die because of the dragon. I'm listening for the dragon. I actually didn't hear the dragon sound effect. Perhaps I'm just deaf, but I actually didn't hear it. It's entirely possible. I've been known to miss voice lines while playing the game, mostly because I'm not listening to the game. So that tends to happen. It's alright, half their team kind of got killed as we were walking past. Very tragic series of events happens right here. So their Reinhardt starts charging, he gets stunned. I don't know if the intent was to countercharge him, but he got stunned, or if the intent was to pin him while he was stunned. Either way, things went wrong. It just depends whether it was within our control or not, because it's a tragically common story where I'm planning to countercharge someone, and they get stunned or displaced, what have you, and then I end up super overextending as a result of that, because I had planned to bonk off this man right in front of me. But then, suddenly I couldn't bonk off him because he's on the fucking moon, or he got stunned, and now I'm in their team and I'm gonna die. And, well, you know, I was doing my job. It's not my fault I died. It's my scrub team's fault. Many people have said that one before. Sometimes it's actually true, but only when it's related to me. Okay, it's my team are scrubs. Always, without fail. Even if I know them. Senpai, if you're watching this, remember that time we lost a game because you're a scrub Mercy main who was playing Reinhardt? Oh. That was even on Volskaya Industries as well. Never mind the fact we had one healer that game and it was Baguette. No. It was your fault. So we managed to block the Earth Shatter, and then we immediately Earth Shatter them right fucking back, which is good times. Now, I'm a little upset that we just immediately charged them, because we kind of want to do a little bit more than that. We want to Fire Strike through them as well. And they're all very nicely lined up. Also, the problem with charging like this is you're gonna push all of them away when doing so. We actually shove a lot of them to safety. So we don't want to do that. Really, when like a bunch of people agree, like Reinhardt's gonna die regardless. We don't need to charge that dude. He's gonna fucking die. When a group of people are bunched up like this, you don't really want to charge through them because yeah, you'll pin one person, but then pung, everybody goes flying off in different directions. Really, we should just like Fire Strike, walk up, begin swinging. And yeah, it's going to take us a little while to get there, but like, we're gonna get there. We're gonna swing into them, and it's going to be a good time. And then we end up pushing a lot of them to safety. We end up being really far out also. Mercy comes up to res us and then gets killed by Reaper as a result, but that was kind of all that happened, so it wasn't the end of the world. Someone was contesting the objective apparently while that was happening, but we were busy making big plays, so they can go fuck themselves, frankly. Remember, doesn't matter if you lost the game. If you got 4 gold medals, that means you won the game. Bastion. So, they've got a baguette now. This is, they might have had a baguette before. I don't think they do, but it's very inconvenient for us either way. So, Zenyatta used Transcendence. Tragically, we got pinned out of line of sight, which means we get to die unless Zenyatta actually follows us. They never do. So we just get to die, very unceremoniously. And it's gonna kind of all fall apart from there. Our Zarya used Graviton, I think. It didn't really work out super well. Because we didn't have Dragon Strike at the time, or he was indisposed. Did we have Dragon Strike? I want to look at his ult charge. We did, apparently. It just didn't work, I assume anyway, seeing as he's now at 9%. You know, it didn't go off to a super great start when we got pinned and died right at the start of the fight. Alright, whatever. We've already got more time than them. It's fine. Now they've got to take the second checkpoint. The second checkpoint's a lot harder to capture on Volskaya, unless you just snowball through. I know, yes. I know what you were thinking. You were thinking, you're saying it's hard to capture, but I've lost it within seconds of it activating. Yes, that can happen. Snowballing happens, unfortunately. So their Rein's fucking dead. They can't really res him. I don't think they actually even have a Mercy. I think their 2 healers are Zenyatta and Bridget. No, they've got a Moira as well. Alright, they got triple support. Bridget's actually, like, closer to a tank than a support. But, you know. So, Zarya just died, very staggered. Our team are going to be super stoked about that one. We're going real far up right now, but our team are going really far up, so we don't want them to die. But oh my god, I don't like being this far up, really. But then Hanzo kills someone, their Zenyatta also dies. Our Hanzo also died, but I mean, they're missing both, like, their main healer at this point, so they're pretty fucked. Now Bridget's dead as well. I do not like fighting this far up, but if our team are gonna come and fight this far up, we have to come do stupid shit with them. This is a lesson for life for you. If your friends are doing something stupid, you gotta go do something stupid with them. Yes, that includes jumping off the bridge if all your friends jump off the bridge. I'm sorry, Mom. We have to do it, okay? Because if you don't go and do the stupid shit with your friends, what happens is they do stupid shit 5v6 and they get killed. And then you die because you're 1v6, even if you were doing not stupid shit. Now you're alone. So even though you weren't doing stupid shit, you're now 1v6ing, which is stupid shit. So people doing stupid shit has this terrible cascading effect, basically. So we countercharge the enemy Reinhardt right there. We get up, we immediately Earth Shatter. That's just scary business because there's a bubbled Zarya standing right in front of us because somehow it looks like it works anyway because I'm pretty sure that person behind her got knocked down. Yeah, Zenyatta got knocked down back there even though Zarya was definitely interrupting our line of sight. Cool, it worked out. So we can't really go and swing into it because we have 56 hit points. Tragically, both our healers are dead, so no healing was likely to be happening anytime soon. And yeah, you know, they used a few ultimates, so they get to start capturing the objective. Did we also get Earth Shattered? Is that what happened? We did, even though his animation didn't play, because we get up. Yeah, we get stunned, even though the animation didn't play. It looks like we still got Earth Shattered anyway. Or I'm stupid. Entirely possible. So we changed to Winston, but that's happening. Unfortunate. It's alright, we've got 2 minutes on them. It's not the end of the world. Our team will no doubt interpret it as being the end of the world, because people do love to tilt in Overwatch, but it's not the end of the world. It doesn't really matter how well you defend, all that really matters is how well you attack. So Pharah's fucking dead, which is a very fucking good start to things. She's alive again now. They've started to ingress upon our base, which is very upsetting. We decide to just rotate around the back. This is about the best play we can make, unless we're going to charge into them 1v6, which, you know, not highly recommended. So we try to pin the Reinhardt because he's right next to a wall. We miss, and then we get pinned. This is the thing with trying to pin the other Reinhardt, is you gotta really hit it, which is like basically saying aim better, the projectile's just your body. If you don't hit the Reinhardt with your pin, you've gotta immediately start moving. Because let me tell you what the other Reinhardt's thinking. He's thinking he can't countercharge, and he's gonna try and pin you. So if you miss your pin when you're trying to pin the other Reinhardt against the wall, start running. So, because suddenly you can't countercharge him. Quite often you'll have to do that blind as well, because like you'll charge, you'll bonk into the wall, and then you'll just hear him start charging behind you, like, well, I gotta move somewhere, hopefully I choose the correct direction to go into. The real trick is to not miss the pin, but basically that's just saying aim better. I would have also gone for the pin, because if you pin him right there, you fucking murder him, basically. The Zarya could have saved him, but the Zarya can always save everybody. That's just a part of life, really. I would have also done it. I might not actually be the best source of advice for Reinhardt, though, because the last time... by the way, I punched my microphone, I'm sorry. The last time I checked my stats on CoderWatch, which is the only stat tracking website I think was worth using, I had like 98% charge use and 2% positioning. I kill a lot of people, but I do die a lot. And then it still estimates me to be a master, so that's just how you know there's no justice in the world, really. We say as far as killing someone, how poetic. So, we've almost got Earth Shatter built up. He's got Earth Shatter built up. He pinned us, so, like, they won that fight. He's got Earth Shatter at this point. If he doesn't, he's, like, 2% away for it or something. He's got it, basically. So we gotta be wary of that. We did back up behind our teammates, which we don't really want to do, because we kind of left Zenyatta and Zarya behind a little bit. Because if we retreat too quickly, your team can just end up getting Earth Shattered in front of you, which is perhaps more heartbreaking than missing the pin when you just watch like 3 people get Earth Shattered in front of you, even though you blocked it. So, Dragon flies by, their Reinhardt's dead, we have our Earth Shatter, but we don't need to use it, we've already won the fight, we kill Zenyatta, hooray, what a waste, tragic use of company resources. So, we now have to be really afraid of Graviton Dragon Strike. So here's what you do if you don't have Transcendence and they've got that kind of like ult combo going on. just spread out a little bit more. Because then Zarya can't get a 4-man Graviton. She might still get like a 2-man Graviton, but that's better than a 4-man Graviton, you know, or worse. So, they're walking at us. He's got Earth Shatter still. We decide to use it while he's swinging at us. We get them. Zenyatta gets up and uses Transcendence, but most of his team's already dead, so he's not going to be getting anywhere with that one. Or we can stagger this Zarya. Zarya's staggered. So is Hanzo. That's great. They've only got 30 seconds left, and their big money combo just got staggered. Zenyatta also died, but by that point, half their team is dead, so he's not... There's so many staggered people by that point, he's, like, not even staggered anymore, because at that point, it's just half the team is regrouping. Once enough people die, they're not staggered anymore. They're actually just regrouping. So, but they are going to start pushing in with uneven numbers, because they have to start making progress. Do not jump when you use Earth Shatter. Because then you just give the enemy team longer to react to you. And you... Oh, feels bad. And you can already react to Earth Shatter just while he's on the ground, if you're paying attention. And so if you jump, you give them an extra, like, half a second to react to it, which is ample time to react to anything. Trust me, I have old man reflexes, and I can still react to Earth Shatter. He said, being 26. Old man. I don't have very good reactions. I've been playing a lot of fighting games, trying to get good at them, and let me tell you, I have really bad reaction time. I can still react to Earth Shatter, though. So, we're similarly to before, we've decided to go left and just rotate around the point. This is generally the best thing to do on Volskaya. There are exceptions, as there are with everything, but this is usually the best thing to do. Zarya is out of position. Please try harder to kill this woman. Because she is out of position. Try and run her down and get that last swing in, because she deserved to die for that. She was over here by herself. Now, in the end, they basically all died anyway. Hanzo got picked off, not Hanzo, Bastion got picked off right at the start of the fight. And then it just sort of started cascading from there, really. Then their Zarya was out of position, so she had to run away at low health. Then Reinhardt decided he didn't want to live anymore, as Reinhardt players are known to do. I would know. So it all worked out. So now we can't lose anymore, which is my favorite feeling in the world. It's impossible to lose. We can just not win at absolute worst, which I find to be very liberating as far as feelings go. My morale is at an all-time high when I know I can't physically lose anymore, which is simultaneously a good thing and simultaneously a bad thing, because that means I'm more likely to start pushing the shift key. It just feels so good, though, right? Because I just look at anybody, really, on their team next to a wall, and I'm like, I could probably pin that dude if I do enough math, and then, you know, he'll probably die as long as those people don't interfere, or, like, all three of them don't get in on it, and then I'll be able to kill the rest of them, provided they don't actually put any effort in. I can do it, and that's when I go, and then it doesn't usually work out super well. So, if anything, my morale being at an all-time high is actually worse as far as our team's chances go. So, they have Baguette. We have to be careful with Baguette because this happens. We also got shot by Hanzo right as we used Fire Strike, which is also known to happen. You do have to be careful when you use Fire Strike if you're looking at somebody who is scary, like Hanzo or Widowmaker or like McCree, because if they're playing well, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be aiming at you or somebody behind your shield. And then as soon as your shield goes down, they're going to shoot them. Because that's advice you give to somebody to play against Reinhardt, which is aim as though his shield wasn't there. And that doesn't mean ignore his shield. That just means if somebody's standing behind his shield, be aiming at that person like you're trying to shoot them, even though the barrier is in the way. Because then if Reinhardt takes the barrier down, you just shoot him. Similarly, if it's just Reinhardt, aim at where Reinhardt is, don't just aim at the edge of the shield. That might seem like, well, duh, obviously, as someone who plays Reinhardt a lot, I can tell you, I see the edges of my shield get shot a lot. I very rarely see them actually aiming at me, though. It's important, because then, if they're bad and take their shield down to fire strike at a bad time, then you'll get kills, or ult charge, if nothing else. Which is, as long as you get ult charge out of whatever you do, you're making progress towards winning the game, because this game is very based around ultimate. So Mercy's dead, we can't push him. Genji also dies for good measure, but once Mercy dead, it was basically over. We had to wait for her at that point, because we can't push him with just Zenyatta as our healer. It's just not tenable. So, we've almost got Earth Shatter built up. That's cool. Their Reinhardt's going to have Earth Shatter built up by this point as well, so we have to be afraid of that. Earth Shatter is this way, where even if you're not super good at keeping track of the enemy Reinhardt's Earth Shatter, just assume he has it. He probably does. Earth Shatter charges really quickly, so you can... Just, if you don't know with certainty, just assume he has it. Because he probably does. Like, he'll have it, like, every other push, bare minimum. But, like, quite often, if you, like, win a fight, or it was just kind of, like, a drawn-out fight, you can get Earth Shatter, like, most of an Earth Shatter within the same fight. So we're being bad right now. We're just kind of letting our shield get broken. We need to just, like, let it regenerate a little bit right now, because we're trying to push in with a mostly broken shield. We gotta wait for this, because don't forget, he's got Earth Shatter as well. So if he sees our shield break, it's all over. Now, fortunately, this happens, so it doesn't even matter again, because that just kind of deals with the problem for us. So, hooray! We didn't actually have to do anything again to capture the second checkpoint. Life is good. I have no issue with, being carried, because that just means I might not have actually deserved to win that game, but I won it anyway. So, if anybody ever calls you a scrub who got carried, just tell them, good. That means I won a game that I wasn't supposed to win. And then if they go something to the effect of, oh, well, I like to actually win my games and not just get carried, go, you would not be, just go, you are a bitch. And then you can just end it there, really. At that point, you are a bitch. I was going to go further on it. That's good enough, honestly. Who's going to turn down a free win? You wouldn't be complaining if you got carried, you little bitch. Anyway, so let's look at these while we're here. So, I don't know who this is. I've never watched Ninja in my life. I don't really care for Drake either, so, no... Didn't involve me. I am a fan of Northern Lion, so all of his videos being here is not exactly surprising. Do not eat your iPhone, even if it is comically small. It's a tragic waste of company resources. I don't listen to this kind of music, so, I don't know where this one has come from, nor this one. And yes, I did watch some of this man. Because he was recommended to me, and he knows a lot about the video game. How about that? Weird. It's almost like he's dedicated a lot of his time to the video game. He knows a lot more than me, to be fair. Anyway, whatever. Professional operation we run here. So the thing that stood out the most was basically just that one time we earth shattered them and just charged right through them all and kind of saved half their team. Don't do that. Even, like, the ideal situation is they're all pretty grouped up. Then you can just, like, fire strike through them all, start swinging, and you kill, like, all the squishy people in that group, right? Then you can charge at the end of it to try and finish off whoever is still alive, which will probably be a tank by that point. If they're spread out, then you can, like, charge the one person who's by themselves. You don't want to charge through a bunch of people, because that just spreads them all out, and then they're a lot harder to kill. You can end up saving them, which is very upsetting, right? I'm sad enough when, like, the Roadhog sees me ult, and then he goes, I should ult as well. And then I just watch him push the entire team to safety, and I'm very upset about it. I don't need to also do that. I don't need to make it harder for myself as well. So that was the thing that stood out the most. Overall, the shield management as well. Shield management stood out. from like the first time we attacked the checkpoint and then that last point right there. It just ended up not mattering in either circumstances, but our shield management wasn't very good during those situations. Overall, though, drastically better than most Reinhardt players. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. And I hope you found the video helpful.